Why did the FBI take my dad at 6 a.m.? I was 14 when the FBI dragged my dad out of our house at sunrise. He was wearing Spider-Man pajamas and yelling that he was innocent. Mom collapsed on the lawn, screaming like someone had died. I stood barefoot in the hallway, holding the last post-it note he'd left in my lunchbox. Roar means I love you in dinosaur. I'd kept everyone in a shoebox under my bed. That morning, something felt seriously off. Not just because they wouldn't let him hug me goodbye, but because nobody even looked at him while he kept shouting that it was all a setup. 48 hours later, Richard showed up, Mom's boss. He'd worked with Dad for years at the accounting firm. He brought groceries and fake concern that looked like it had been rehearsed in the mirror. "Marina, you can't go through this alone," he said, like he owned the place already. Mom was too wrecked to fight him off. He moved into the guest room that night. No lie, he had 3 suitcases ready like he'd been waiting for this. Dinner sucked. Richard sat in Dad's chair, used his favorite mug, and even tried to cut my food like I was a toddler. "We'll get through this, kiddo," he said, all fake comforting. I wanted to vomit. Dad never called me that, but for the next few months I played along. I boxed up Dad's stuff when Mom told me to be mature. I said thank you when Richard bought me a laptop instead of listening to me cry. He came to my soccer games but spent the whole time texting and didn't even know my position. When I got my first period and needed Mom, she was at some meeting with Richard. When I had nightmares about Dad in prison, I wore his old college hoodie to bed. It smelled like his cologne and almost made me feel better. Mom told me it was morbid. Dad's birthday came around, his first behind bars. I used my allowance to buy bus fare and filled out the prison visit forms myself. When I asked Mom if we could go, Richard jumped in. "That weekend's booked. Big client dinner. I need my family with me." Mom nodded without blinking. "He's right. Your dad would want us to think long-term. College tuition, remember?" When I said again that Dad was innocent, Richard snapped, "Innocent men don't have secret accounts in the Caymans." That night, Mom took the bus money for my own good. I tried to hitchhike. Cops found me crying at a gas station at 2 a.m. Richard said I was delusional and needed therapy. Then he installed tracking apps on my phone and locked down everything. I couldn't breathe. Then came the night everything blew wide open. Richard stumbled home drunk from an office party, collapsed into Dad's chair, and passed out. He was clutching Dad's missing watch and mumbling, wearing his wire like a hero. Had to rip it off him myself. I froze. What wire? That watch was never logged in the police evidence. After Mom went to bed, I ran to the garage. In the glove box of Dad's old car, I found the watch. Battery at 2%. I opened the voice memos app. One last recording, dated the night before his arrest. It started with Dad's voice. "Richard just left. He threatened to plant fake evidence if I didn't destroy the audit. I'm recording everything." Then Richard, "By morning, you'll be in cuffs. I already moved the money to your accounts. Marina doesn't need to know. I'll take care of her." Then a scuffle. "Give me that watch," Richard growled. Silence. I nearly dropped it. Then the garage door creaked. Richard stood there, sober now, keys in hand. "Looking for something, kiddo?" My heart went nuts. I backed into the car, clutching the watch. He stepped between me and the door, eyes flicking to the workbench. His hand landed on the hammer. "I told Mom about the recording," I lied. My voice cracked. It was all I had. Then, thank God, Mrs. Chen's porch light flared across the fence. She was out doing her usual 10 p.m. trash run, humming, close enough to hear if I screamed. I chose escape. Click the full story to see what happened next.